night, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you may be in the world. Thank you for joining me for a nighttime edition of the Truth Conductor Show. Man, I'm fishing in these night waters now. I don't, I take me a nap. When I wake up, let me go live. let me just, okay, got me a nap in, man. Let me go live. Got me some energy. So let's see what's going on up in this camp, man. Um, you know, this is a topic that oftentimes we don't talk about, and that is in our community. Jail is a badge of honor. Going to jail is what give a lot of these young boys street cred. That's what makes them legit, because they have gone into the penitentiary system. And if we really knew our history, the penitentiary system is the only place today in America where slavery is still legal. It's in the penitentiary system. And isn't it interesting that our young men have to go into a system to be a slave in order to come out with some credibility among us? And these are the kind of mindsets that if we never try to change, if we never address, nothing will ever change at all. Nothing will change. Everything will still stay the same. It's the mindsets that we're dealing with, the something for nothing that we don't want to talk about, that's been passed down from generation to generation, man, unchecked. And it's so bad now that they think this something for nothing, they're entitled to that. And that's how man, look how my plant growing, man. Look at this. That joint coming up. It's growing. See, that's how this whole madness is being perpetuated. Because we're not addressing this something for nothing attitude that a lot of these young people, man, I mean, I've seen videos where teenage boys are talking to some grown men about how they don't need a job. It's easier for them to come and steal your shit than to go and get a job. And that's their attitude now. They don't need to get out here and work for what they want. Steal yours. Just take your shit. And without any consequences of, how hard, what sacrifices you had to make. And see, and here's how we hurt ourselves. Because we got all of this violence and all of this crime, and it only hurts us. Because now it's going to start costing us more to insure our cars. Because our kids in our own community are just going buck wild crazy stealing. And insurance companies, after a while, are going to say, wait a minute, man, enough is enough. When they start pulling out of some of these areas and you can't insure your cars because of the crime. See, we don't even consider that. We don't even think about that. That's hurting us more now because with the crime has come increase in premiums. And that's more money. And after a while, they just gonna stop increasing the premium and just pull out and say, that's it, I'm done. No more. Then what you gonna do? Then where you gonna go? And here's the sad part. And you got a lot of people running around talking about gentrification. Gentrification is not increasing your premiums. Gentrification is not causing companies to pull out. You can go in stores right now in Washington, D.C., CVS store, where the shelves are bare because of theft. And you still blaming that white man because you can't control your own kids. See, that and this right here is the problem. See, you got some black parents that only get riled up when somebody white do something to their child or the police. Then they the loudest one screaming. But see, when you was trying to correct that child, when you was trying to direct that child, all you could get from the parents was mind your business. You know, when you was trying to guide the child in the right way to go and the right thing to do, the only response you can get from the parents is mind your business. And see, it's the mind your business and glorify violence crew that destroyed the black community. You know, and they are the and they are the parents of baby kids. Baby kids. Oh, them were some badass kids back in the 80s. Go back. If you wanna see what we dealing with right now, man, we dealing with the offsprings of baby kids. And they are worse than their parents. Because they ain't got no soul, man. Only thing that move baby kids is money. That's all they flash is money. Materialism is what moves them. So since they're showing you that their world revolves around materialism, then why don't you use materialism to motivate them, to inspire them to do what's right? Because that's what they identify with. They don't identify with doing right because it's the right thing to do. You got to motivate them jokers, man. You got to encourage them because so much is encouraging them and motivating them to do wrong. They can go and do wrong and get paid and come and do right and starve to death. If we're going to change this, man, we're going to have to use materialism to start motivating and inspiring some of these young kids until they get it in their system that it's the right thing to do. But you got to start somewhere, man. And people act like they don't understand that. They can't see that. And as a result, you know, they keep coming up with negative measures to address the issues. And you're only making it worse. You ain't making it no better. You're making it worse. You know, isn't it interesting, man? You look at the number of politicians that have been in office for years. For years they've been in office. And ain't nothing changed. And they still want a chance. They still want your vote. And ain't nothing changed. I mean, come on, think about that. You done had 3, 4, 5, 6 bites at the apple, and you ain't came up with the solution yet, and you still want another bite. And when you went in, you was in debt. Now you debt free. See, that's one of the things about most of the politicians that's serving us. Man, when they went up in Congress, they was in debt. Now the majority of them jokers millionaires. Why is that? Could it be some insider trading going on? Because you know they still can buy stock and they got information. So anyway, but we need to address this mindset. That's why Trump now is so popular in the black community, because he's been to jail. And they think because Trump has been to jail that he can identify with them. Man, that man was in and out of there in 45 minutes or less when he was processed. Your ass get processed, you're gonna be in there for days. So don't think, ain't no comparison of what you go through and what Trump gonna go through. Trump still gonna have Secret Service with him. See, he ain't got to worry about nobody threatening him behind bars, because he gonna have Secret Service. Okay? So we need to, and notice what we glorify in the black community. Entertainers, athletes, and drug dealers. Those are the ones that we glorify. Those are the ones we emulate. They talking about would you take $500,000 a dinner with Jay-Z? Man, fuck Jay-Z. Patty, what's going on, man? I'm over here fishing in these night waters, man. I decided to come over here and fish in these night waters to see what's up. What's going on, JD? Yeah, I'm over here fishing in these night waters tonight. You know, I know what it's like during the daytime, so let me come over here at night, you know, and see and throw my net down, see what I can catch. You know, I've been on here almost 15 minutes, so I just got 3 people up in here, but seriously, and what I'm talking about is how jail is a badge of honor in the black community. Man, it's so bad now that you have young ladies that only want a man that's been to jail. That's the shit that's crazy to me. They don't want a guy that's upright, that's doing the right thing. They want somebody that's been to jail, that's been in the criminal justice system, that's in a database. That's what they want. To them, that's a real man. If you done went to jail, if you've been involved in the criminal justice system, now you're a real man. See, you got clout. cause you've been in. You know, when I was a bus driver in DC, uh, one of the things that used to irritate me to no end was young black man getting on with a wristband, ain't got no shoestrings, tell my man, I just got out the joint. Can I get a ride? Like you proud of that. I just got out the joint, man. I just got out. Can I get a ride? Hell no. Yeah, that ain't nothing to be proud of, man. Get out. Catch the next bus. Okay? Jamie, I'm trying to fish over here in these night waters. That's what I'm doing. You know, I'm throwing my net. I had my net in the day waters. So I done pulled that up. Now I'm casting it in the night waters and see what I can catch. That's what this is. I'm trying to get a feel for the time that everybody gonna be. Yeah, I'm just that's why. I'm just trying to get a feel for something different, Jamie. Just trying something different, man. You know, that's all. I ain't got nothing to lose at this point. You know, so since the caddy broke down, I got the time. I gotta figure out another way to get back to the White House, man, because I missed that joint, boy. I ain't lying. I miss being down there, man. I miss touching people. But that too gonna work itself out. But what I'm trying to show folk is how we glorify so many negative behaviors and we demonize positive behavior. You know, it's the positive behavior that we put under suspicion. But when somebody want to come out here and divide people, talk about people, put people down, lie to people, they seem to prosper. You know, they don't seem to have any issues. But yet, look at trying to do it the right way, trying to be the solution with all of the confusion and the chaos that's around us, all of the darkness, and people see some light, and they still afraid of the light that they see. See, this is and this is how, again, a mindset that we talking about, that they got people in a mindset of fear of each other. So when you're scared of somebody, you ain't gonna talk to them. You ain't gonna trust them. You ain't gonna uplift them when you're scared of them. That's why they keep us afraid of each other, because we won't try to come together and solve any of our problems if we're afraid of each other. And it's only hurting us, because the rich is still getting richer. See, ain't no profit in peace. Profit is in war. That's why they're going crazy over there in Israel, because somebody's making a whole bunch of money off all this madness. I mean, they getting paid. And see, they can get on their jet and go to their private island, or anywhere in the world they want to go. You don't have that luxury. You stuck. Man, look how they cut the food, gas, everything out. Can you imagine? And going in there killing people? Can you imagine the panic? that they're causing when people turn around and they ain't got nothing? They ain't got access to nothing? And being killed. I mean, come on, man. And people, and you won't even talk. You won't even talk. Talking is off the table. All you want to do is fight. Something wrong with that. Something wrong when you don't want to consider no other communications but war. And you justifying because somebody else did something wrong that you didn't catch, and you want to punish everybody. But you ain't punishing the people responsible for letting it happen. You ain't punishing them, but you're killing up a whole bunch of other innocent people. And the ones responsible are getting away scotch-free. All the money we give Israel every year, you mean to tell me their intelligence couldn't catch this? I read a story they're talking about these guys rode about 30 miles killing people. That's like going from DC to Baltimore. You mean to tell me ain't nobody, hey man, we got some people out here, y'all need to get over here quick. You mean that didn't set off no alarms? That somebody can drive 30 miles without any contact at all with anybody? Come on, man. Israel ain't that big. It ain't that big. So I got a lot of questions. And as far as I'm concerned, the prime minister is just like the mayor of New York, both of them thugs. I mean that's just for real. Prime Minister Israel and the mayor of New York, both of them thugs. They thugs. They got a thug persona about them. And you can't trust a thug. See, that's what everybody want a thug. everybody want a thug. You see, even politicians, the thuggish politicians are the ones that look at the Santos out of New York. How he done lied and got elected. So all them lies, and you can't blame nobody but the people for that. Don't blame that man. Don't blame that man because them people fell for his bullshit. You can't blame him for that because he told you some bullshit. And at least he was honest that the reason he ain't stopped was because it was working. At least he's honest. He telling the truth. And that's what a lot of these young people only see wrong out here working. They don't see right working. They see wrong working. And we act like they can't put two and two together. And we ain't trying to show them how right works. That doing it right. I told you, man, this is post-pandemic. Things got to change. And you're going to have to start using materialism to motivate people to do the right thing. Because materialism is what motivating them to do the wrong thing. They out here, these mass robberies and these carjacking, man, they trying to get something for nothing. It's just that simple. They trying to get something for nothing. And let me tell you where that mindset came from. See, Slavery was designed to be permanent to the status of the mother. If that mother was enslaved, everything she birthed, even if she was raped, was a slave. Well, what's predicated on the status of the mother today? Welfare. Federal government say, black man, have as many babies as you want, with as many different women as you want. As long as you ain't in the house overnight, we gonna give them welfare. So now you got generation on top of generation that's stuck in the mindset of something for nothing. Slavery. And then society will turn around and say, black men don't want to be fathers. But the federal government say, you ain't got to be no dad. Just don't be in the house overnight, and we going to give them welfare. And every time she have another baby, we going to give her more benefits. That's how that started. And see, and it's all about mindsets that we haven't addressed. And we still trying to, we see these kids doing all this crazy stuff, but a negative don't balance another negative. Only thing you can balance a negative with is a positive. And so many people don't want to put any positive energy into the atmosphere. They want to wait till it's the thing to do. See, when it's the thing to do, everybody and their mama gonna be out here on this positive bandwagon. Everybody and their mama. They ain't gonna have no foundation. They gonna be in it for the money. And y'all gonna fall for it. See, the people that's been out here trying to get you to see this, see, you don't want to listen to them. But them jokers that's BSing you, finessing your emotion, see, you'll make them rich overnight. But the one that's out here telling you the truth, that's being straight up and honest, that ain't got no cut card, see, you don't want to hear from that one. You don't want to hear from him. See, when I start talking like this, I'm cooning. See, I'm doing the white man's bidding now, because I'm showing a defect in the black community that's got us all hostage. But I'm cooning. See, I'm an Uncle Tom. See, and let me show you how a lot of us, because we don't know our history. See, if you thought Sambo was a buffoon on the Underground Railroad, they wouldn't trust you. If you thought Sambo was some bootlicking, shuffling Negro, they wouldn't trust you. Sambo meant brave warrior on the Underground Railroad. That's what Sambo meant, brave warrior. You see how a lot of our interpretations have been flipped? Just like if you use the name Nat Turner on the Underground Railroad, they surely wouldn't trust you. If you came up with the name Nat Turner, see, because Nathaniel meant God sent. And he was hanged in Jerusalem, Virginia. See, a lot of people don't even know that. So we gotta deal with some mindsets, man. That's keeping us and one of the reasons that you have people with so many different mindsets and so many different opinions of themselves because they don't know who they are. They have no idea of who they are. You know, you take like our young ladies. You know, they got fake eyelids, fake eyes, fake breasts, fake nails, fake butt, fake hair, and they looking for a real man. Everything about them is fake, and they looking for a real man that's been to jail. And one of the things, one of the requirements, he has to be, have been to jail. You know, that's. I mean, because see, and a lot of people laughing, but this thug life is real, and I'm talking about there are a lot of professional women that behind closed doors getting a back broke by a thug. And see, and now you wonder why a lot of these young guys only want to be a specialist in the bed. They ain't trying to do nothing mentally, but yet they are specialists in the bed. And you got a lot of women that fall prey to some men, and there are a lot of men too that are falling prey to some women that's good in bed. Everybody don't save that for a special person. Everybody don't care who they get with, as long as they get what they want. And see, and because of social media, you know, going that route has made the need for an education obsolete. Look how many young girls that are high school dropouts making six figures on OnlyFans, get on there busting it open. That people are willing to pay them to exploit themselves, to degrade themselves. They can get rich overnight, but come out and create some tours, do something positive, be a part of the solution and not part of the problem. And people look at you with suspicion, wondering what you up to, calling you a cloud chaser because you're trying to come up with a positive answer. You know, and this is the madness you got to deal with. Like a lot of our kids had to dumb themselves down just to be able to survive in the community, because if they appear that they're trying to educate themselves, they trying to be white. See, we don't talk about that. That how many of our young people got to dumb themselves down because they're bullied for trying to be. And education used to be one of the first requirements that we required of ourselves, because it was so difficult for us to get an education. And now it ain't even needed. And you know who it's going to hurt in the long run? Because if you don't educate yourself, that's your understanding, man. That's your understanding. And if you don't try to do nothing to improve your understanding, that's why people keep running the game on you. Because you won't go and educate yourself. You won't increase your wisdom. See, you think they ain't gonna play fair. Let me say that shit again. They ain't gonna play fair. And you playing fair, but they ain't gonna play fair. So you got to do something to help you. And unfortunately, man, you can keep talking about this, but it's like beating a dead horse. You know? And that's what it seems like right now, just beating a dead horse. Anyway, man, I just thought I'd come over here. What time is it? Almost 1:30. I've been on here what? Half hour. I'm just trying to find out what a niche is. I'm just trying to find out what a niche is over here at night. What time is the right time to come on at night? You know? I mean, I ain't got nothing else to lose. Nothing whatsoever. So, man, I'm proud of my grandson, man. My grandson is matter of fact, my daughter sent me a video. Let me see, can I share this with y'all? Let's see, can I share this with y'all? I'm proud of my grandson. My grandson is really doing some good stuff. He really is. He's doing some good stuff. This is my grandson. Oh.
The brass bands of Howard University. You're a trumpet player, right? Don't come through here and now listen to a Louis Howard show. Arnita.
Hold on a second. Let me start this over. Here we go. Here we go. This my grandson. What I do here?
And can't make any sense of it.
I grew up in D.C. having the brass bands of Howard University. You're a trumpet player, right? Don't come through here and now listen to a Louis Howard show. Arnita. Because I warm him up sometimes. He had the best quote for it. There's trumpet players before Louis, there's trumpet players after Louis, but Louis is Godfather.
You play the way Louis played, unless you have lived through some things to be able to express that.
How he did it with such elegance.
Yeah.
You know, we hear cats always talking about honoring the tradition, but just see how he just walks through that.
Him and all the other musicians, black musicians faced at that time. Will Harding was like, what they say, everybody had every great man's a great woman. Yeah.
Because it's told by all the wives.
Cornet used to be the thing. Cornet was the instrument. He was like, no, we're going to make the trumpet the thing.
He's over there getting the crowd together, and then see them start to simple by walking.
Hello, darling. He worked on thump and that groove and the sound, which to me, that's the elements of touching folks. So he was the first ambassador of America.
That's my grandson, y'all. That's one of the guys. He's in this play of What a Wonderful World. He's a trumpet player. A Wonderful World. The life of Louis Armstrong, the actual actor who's playing Louis Armstrong is pantomiming. My grandson is behind stage, the actual trumpet player. And and I like I told him, I said, this is for a reason. Very few, and seeing Roberta Flack, It's his great aunt. It's my grandson's great aunt. I said, boy, you got a voice somewhere. You got the if you can play that trumpet. I said, very few trumpet players right now can sing, and you just might be the generation of trumpet players that be singers. So here again, man, it's trying to keep these young people on the straight and narrow, man. Trying to encourage them. And my daughter was a teenage mom. My daughter was a teenage mom. Didn't miss a beat. Man, I'm proud of that girl. She ain't miss a beat. She hadn't missed a beat with my grandson. And I told her, I said, to be able to come and go as you do, I said, you're blessed. He said, well, Daddy, I worked for this. I said, there's a whole lot of people that worked hard that can't go and support their kids when they want to. And you can. You have that luxury that you can be able to leave your job and support him and do all the things that you need to do and still not miss a beat. And that's what it's all about, man. That's what it's all about. When you can see your children's children making an impact on the world. And here's the crazy part. My grandson's grandmother is from New York. And he getting ready to go up there and blow up. And she don't even know she got a grandson that's taking over New York City, the very city where she was born. She got a grandson getting ready to take over. Cause the play, first they went to New Orleans, then they just left Chicago. Now they going back to New York. And I told my daughter, I said, they're gonna keep him busy. She said they are, because he gotta go back up there Sunday. They want him up there Sunday for one day to do a job. And see, and what my grandson did was added value to his presence, because he would take all the horns, break them down and clean them. And if they need to be repaired, he would make whatever repairs need to be made. And they pay him for that. So a lot of stuff that he started doing, they just pay him for. He warmed the trumpets up. They pay him. And he's part of the union. He's a union musician. So they got to pay him. And he's 22 years old. 22, be 23 this month. Next month, November, he'll be 23 in November. Graduated from Michigan State. Yeah, and they wanted him to come back and get his master's, but I think he's gonna be trying to get that money. All right, I'm down to one person now. I'm down to one person. So whoever you are, man, thank you for joining me. I'm just trying to get a feel for something different. That's all I'm trying to do. Is just trying to, talk about some subjects that we don't talk about, we need to talk about, that's got us held hostage in our own community. And right now, black people are held hostage by young black men that are terrorizing our community. We're terrorizing each other. And this is not, white people coming in or Mexicans. This is black folk, black on black crime, and it's out of control. And here's the, and this is the sad part. If you try to correct it, try to address it, then you're automatically labeled pro-black, which means you're anti-white. You see, that's why most of the time crime can't be addressed in our community, because the people that's trying to put solutions on the table get labeled as being pro-black, and they just trying to make it safe for all of us, because just as many white people are in danger. See, there was a time back in the 80s and the early 90s, most of the crime in DC was black on black. Rarely did you get some crime in white neighborhoods. And now they don't care where they go. They just had a young kid Saturday get killed right down in front of the courthouse in DC, trying to carjack, and somebody shot him in the head. Right down in front of the courthouse. Killed him. And see, and this is what, because we ain't showing these kids nothing positive to get their attention. This is why we having the problems that we have. Because people don't afraid to even put a positive message out there to try to offset some of this negative. They trying to offset negative with another negative. You offset negative with a positive. But when you got people afraid to advance, to promote something positive, then all you're going to have is just a negative situation that's out of control. And I don't know why people can't see that. You got a part to play, man. You know, positive energy can't be put in the universe by itself. And you got so many people that are afraid to put some positive energy. And then when they do put what they think is positive, it ends up being deception. So now they don't trust nobody. Now they don't want to, and I'm 99.99% sure that when people see me, especially in front of the White House, I'm playing my music, and I got a donation bucket out there, they see Black Lives Matter. That's what they see. Because the first question they ask me, well, what's the money going to go to? How come I can't come out and be positive and get support and people not worry about what I'm going to do with the money if I'm being positive? Maybe I'm going to introduce something else positive if you give me a chance. But now if you're suspicious and don't want to give me a chance based on your suspicions, not on anything that I've done, then I can't blame me. I have to look at you. And the reason we have so much chaos, so much confusion, so much killings in the world is because people are afraid to advance anything positive. You know? They need somebody famous to come and validate what they're saying. And people, and say, I know, because I sit in front of the White House where the world meets. So I got a reaction from the world that I could take my message, stop hating each other because you disagree, and put it anywhere in the world and it'll fit. Anywhere in the world I could put that message and it'll fit. Anywhere in the world. But yet, look at me, I'm living out of a hotel, struggling to pay for that. And I got the answer for the world. I got the answer for the world. All because of this. Just that simple. Because if I was a white guy, man, I'd be a marketing genius right about now. I'd be a marketing genius if I was white. I'd be a marketing genius. And see, and here's the sad thing, man. See, Deion Sanders, Coach Prime, then showed you how maybe a good person can make some money. And see, and this is about good versus evil, not color of your skin. And people are making a mistake because they can't see that. They want to still make it about race. It ain't about race, man. This is about good versus evil. And right now, evil has good afraid of each other. Good people. The one of the biggest problems in the world, good people are afraid to trust other good people. That's why we got the confusion we got. That's why we got the division we got. None of us are perfect, man. None of us are perfect. We all got some isms in our closet. I don't care who you are. You got some isms in your closet. So, man, none of us perfect, man. Let's start talking to one another and stop talking at each other. The reason we got the war, the hatred, division is because we haven't developed an understanding for each other. If we develop an understanding for each other, then we're going to start having compassion on each other. We'll start listening to each other. We'll start having patience with each other. See, this is what we got to get back to. And it starts with communication. But if you don't want to, see, you can't be successful without other people. Let me say that again. You can't be successful without other people. Whatever you do, you're going to need people to help you be successful. And if the people don't want to get behind you being a success, you'll never make it. You'll never make it. If the people don't get behind you, you'll never make it. I don't care how good your idea is. If the people don't get behind you, it's no good. And that's where, that has been my challenge. Man, how can I get the people to support this? How can I get the people to see the importance of this? Every time I haven't had a chance, a day to go to the White House that somebody don't say, before I get there, that somebody said, man, that's the best message I've seen. And if the world think this is the best message, why am I struggling with it? Why do I struggle with it? Why I can't pick up a sponsor to start? Cause see, What a sponsor is going to do, that money is going to bring attention to the message. See, this stop hating each other because you disagree is bigger than race and politics. Right now, every day, you got people in child support court, and divorce court, and probate court, fighting over wills. Won't speak to each other every day. Pour some race and politics on top of that. You got a lethal explosion. You got parents sleeping under the same roof in separate bedrooms, raising dysfunctional children. Turn around and tell you they don't hate anybody. But yet, they can't sleep in the same bed with the person they once said they loved. Pour some race and politics on top of that. You got a lethal explosion. Look at how much division we got among people as far as sports is concerned. You know, look at how many people won't speak to each other because of sports. Pour some race and politics on top of that. See, we gotta find out what we got in common. We have more in common than we do differences. But because we're afraid of each other, because we won't trust each other, we won't talk to each other, we'll never discover what we got in common. And see, and the people that are dividing us know this. That's why they keep us scared of each other. See, that's why every time you see all they spread is fear. See, that's all they spread is fear to keep you in bondage. Because as long as you fearful, see, and they'll keep asking for, oh, you know, I need another chance. I need your vote. Okay? So we close, and you never get the answer. See, so that's what we got to, that's the game being run on us. They keep us divided and see, if America is the eagle, why is the left wing trying to destroy the right wing and the right wing trying to destroy the left wing? What bird you know can fly with one wing? Think about it. What bird you know can fly with one wing? If America is going to soar again, man, we need some people that can work together. That's what we need. That's what's hurting us. We don't have any people that can work together. And they still getting paid. Come November, we coming up facing another government shutdown. If the government shut down, Congress is still going to get its check. You might not get yours, but they going to still get their check. They still going to get paid. But yet, they can't work together. And see, and one of the first requirements that we need to start, man, if you're going up on, you must be able to work with each other if you're going to go up in there and serve. Ain't no sense in you going up in there with your own agenda. You must be able to work together if you're going to serve up there on Capitol Hill. That's how we're going to turn this around. Demand. Y'all got to work together, man. Y'all got to solve this. All this infighting, this name calling, all that, we ain't paying you for that. We paying you to come up here and be a part of the solution, not the problem. And right now, we got too many politicians that's part of the problem and not the solution. Because they personalize, they putting their personal feelings involved. and they not considering what's good for the people. But, that's what y'all want. You know, that's what somebody can come and lie to you and get elected to Congress. Cause that's what y'all that's what you want. But isn't it interesting? You can't come and do the right thing and get there, but you can do wrong and get there. See, that's the part that I can I can do the right thing and can't get nowhere close to the door, and come and do wrong and wow and get in the door. All right, man. I got an hour up in here. So I'm just trying to find out what is what. Somewhere on somebody's platform at night, I'm gonna find the answer, and I gotta keep trying. That's all. And see, that's the biggest challenge that I have is staying motivated, not wanting to give up. So that's the biggest challenge I have in front of me is not wanting to quit, man. Not throw the towel in. I mean, not only do I have the answer, stop hating each other because you disagree. I created my own brand, got my Black History tours, and yet, you know, people turn around and tell me, pull myself up by my bootstraps. Well, I created a business out of some history that was just dying on the vines, and people ain't interested in that. What am I supposed to do? You know, how can I save it by myself? If I can point it to you and show it to you and say, man, we need to save this. But I'm digging. See, I'm digging. Because I'm saying, man, help me save this. I can't do this by myself. I can't promote this message by myself. And if you got a problem with me profiting from being positive, something is wrong with you. And right now, people have a problem with you profiting financially off being positive. And you can turn around and be negative and get rich overnight. Man, I could have jumped on the Stop the Steal bandwagon. I would be debt free, have new cars, new buses, have everything. I could have jumped on that bandwagon. You know, I could have jumped on it. And you know, but to try to do the right thing, you know, try to be the light. And the only thing I can tell you, man, you just can't. You can't. Even though people don't seem like they interested, like they care. Man, you got to. If you believe in what you're doing, then you'll sacrifice. You'll endure the heartache. You'll go through the heartache. Yeah, that's what you do. Man, I tell you, I like this room for plants. I really do. Um, this is my little plant right here. It's growing, man. It's growing. I mean, that joint is growing, growing. And then I had this one. This was dying. I mean, it just needed water, and they sold it to me for half price. It was $20. I paid $10 for this, And see, and here's the thing. See, it's still the pot just sit up. It just sit in there. If I want, I can use this as the pot. Go get me some little gravel to put down in the bottom. Put some dirt in, and repot it. I want to see if it's gonna bloom. Peace lily. I hope it blooms. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to bloom. But this room is really nice for. Got some good light. Got good light for plants, man. I love plants. Love plants. That's one of the things. You know, I want to have lots of plants around me. Lots of plants, man. That's what I want. Lots of plants. All right. So that's it for me, YouTube. Okay, I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. I will figure it out. I will. I'll figure it out. I certainly will. All right? All right, man. I'll see y'all later.